Hey guys, Budcat7 here. Okay, it is Monday, May 20th, 2019, and I'd like to thank you for visiting the Stonewall Research channel here on YouTube. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And if you would kindly go over to the like button, guys, and hit it, that would be terrific. All right, well, I wanted to follow up my previous video, which was on Tambomaque, Peru, in the Huancavelica archaeological site there in Peru, somewhere not far from Cusco. And I had mentioned the Inca Wasi in that area, which, it's also from the Huancavelica archaeological site, not far from Tambomaque. And I had talked about it a little bit, and I said that, I thought that there was somewhat of a psyop going on there with that. And we're going to talk a little bit about it tonight. But before that, I just wanted to mention that one of my subscribers, a super smart guy, Shermanter Osborne, has posted some links to some videos that give a much better and detailed look at the site. So these videos show, besides travel videos, which there are many of those, and travel articles about this site, and some personal videos of people, drawing their own sort of energy from it, and, their thoughts about it and everything. So some interesting links there. You can go down into the comments there if you kindly would and hit some of these things, and you can get a better look at this site, which is just phenomenal. And as I said in my previous video, that I thought that the building style, the construction style, the stone cutting styles, the polygonal styles were all from different time periods, all in sort of one site. And that's what's so special about Tambomaque. And I have a feeling that that's why, and I had mentioned this in a video too, that there's no scholarly articles on it. I could only find something on Atlas Obscura, which is nothing, online magazine. It really isn't. You and I could put that together ourselves in a day. They're just taking articles from and books, from anywhere, just like I do, In any case, there's no scholarly stuff on it, but we want to talk about Inca Wasi today. So what is Inca Wasi? Well, Inca Wasi, this is the Huancavelica region one, right here. This is a picture of it here. That, Wikipedia is showing here, but there's much more to this site that Wikipedia isn't showing, and, I have a feeling there's a reason for that. And if you do look at some of the stuff that's there, like look at this, for instance, okay? I mean, look at that. Look at how fine and how precision that is. I mean, the work there is so different than the stuff at even Sacsayhuaman. I'm telling you, this is a far more advanced piece of masonry work here, masonry block, and this, this particular style right here is very well advanced. And even over some of the other stuff you might see, like this, for instance, these trapezoidal women, but the construction is so primitive as compared to this. Okay, it's almost like, these guys built this and said, hey, check it out, we got trapezoidal windows here. And these guys said, oh yeah, we'll do better, baby. Check this out. So, but in any case, I think the whole psyop has, to do with this, because this is inexplicable, guys. Okay? It's just inexplicable. All right? And it doesn't resemble this other work. And it sort of suggests, and when you get down to the very primitive Inca work, even this, for example, you see this sort of polygonal construction, almost like this Sacsayhuaman type, but maybe even a little bit more cruder than that, obviously smaller. Then you have this Incan stuff on top there, which is, Mr. Davis's shop class. Some high school students put that together. Then you see this with trapezoidal, but look, they're all irregular stone and everything. So it seems like there's a devolution going on, a devolving of, the skill level. And then finally you get to this here, which, this, and I was showing this in the last video, it's so precise here, the precision. And then you got this junk on the top. And, what category, what makes this thing Inca Wasi? An Inca house. That's what, technically Inca Wasi means, because this junk is on top of it, on top of this completely differently built structure. And that's why this is an Inca Wasi. I mean, some high school kids put this together. Who put this together? I think people today would have a hard time doing it, especially by hand. So I think it's just, part of it is because, when these guys were discussing this site, they say, well, we can't figure this work out, but, we know what this junk is on top. Let's just call this an Inca Wasi, and just include it in with all the other Inca Wasi that are around. But we won't, we'll avoid explaining any of it. As you can see, there's no scholarly articles on it. The Wikipedia articles are, a few sentences long, as I went through in my other video. But, I guess it's all, science, I guess. See, they don't have much to say about this at all. All right, where it is, okay, terrific. This was an Inca house, but when you see the other ones, you'll know what I'm talking about. And, okay, so here we got Inca Wasi, okay. May refer to, so this is why it's a disambiguation. Even Wikipedia has to do the disambiguation, okay? They have to do it because there's so many places named Inca Wasi. Oh, what happened here to focus? All right, guys. So it's it's science. That's what it is. It's science. That's what it is. It's it's this stuff. It's got to be like this stuff. All right, so it's science, right, guys? And, what Inca Wasi would you like? Okay, I think we're talking about this now, right?
Silly Toto. Scarecrows don't talk.
It's pleasant down that way, too.
That's funny. Wasn't he pointing the other way?
Of course, people do go both ways. There you go. That's where Inca Wasi is, right? Okay, guys, so in any case, Inca Wasi can refer to any one of these places here, and let's take a look at some of these things, okay? So here's the first Inca Wasi. It's a volcano, all right, on the border between Argentina and Chile. So you got a volcano. That's an Inca Wasi, right? Look at that big old thing. That's a monster, huh? So there's an Inca Wasi for you. And so, it's a volcanic mountain in the Andes of South America. It lies on the border of the Argentine province of Catamarca, in the Atacama region of Chile. Inca Wasi has a summit elevation of 6,621 meters. That's 21,000 feet above sea level. Amazing. Okay. Stratovolcanoes, pyroclastic cones, all that fun stuff. All right, so there's one Inca Wasi for you. Let's look at this. So here's one. Cerro Inca Wasi is a mountain in the Andes of Chile. It has the height of 4,790 meters. Another gigantic rock formation there. Okay. Cerro de Inca Wasi is a mountain with several summits located in the Antofagasta region of Chile near Chico Pass. So here's another Inca Wasi for you. Telling you, there's plenty to go around. Take your pick. All right, Inca Wasi district. And apparently this is where a lot of, probably the descendants of the Incas still live. Okay, so it's the Inca Wasi district. They got that Inca Wasi. Inca Wasi, another mountain, but they do mention this Inca site over here, which looks interesting, nearby. And it almost looks like we see some of these trapezoidal windows here. You have this, major Inca stuff going on here. Curious to know exactly what's going on with this site. But again, it's, it's not saying much about it here. Except, it's a mountain near a site that looks like mostly primitive, Inca work. Okay, this one is actually a site. Inca Wasi or Inca Ayacucho. Inca Wasi or Inca Wasi, Quechua Inca was house, Inca house, Hispanicized spelling, Inca Wasi, is an archaeological site in Peru. It's located in the Ayacucho region, Paranacochas province, Pulo district. So here's the site. And you'll see these structures here, and you've seen them before, attributed to the Inca here. And these look like what you and I know from seeing all these things are really, truly probably the Inca houses that we're talking about. And the one from the Huancavelica region with the, megalithic, polygonal stonework there, that's not like this. See? So they just, they couldn't figure that stuff out over there. They found that junk on top of that super, super fine precision stonework there. And they just decided, yeah, it's another one of these Inca houses over here. Yeah, with that better work in the bottom that we can't explain. So just throw that in there. They won't know. They're all tourists anyway, so it doesn't matter. All right, so what else we got there? Okay, so another mountain, Inca Wasi mountain, 3,146 meter high, 10,320 feet, another huge mountain in the Bolivian Andes. Okay, let me just show that's where it is. Yay, another Inca Wasi. All right. So here's our Huancavelica one there lumped in there with it, with this extremely precision stonework in there. Yeah, that's an Inca house too, right? Wink, wink. Right, buddy? That's the Inca house, right? Fellow archaeologist. Yeah, we'll just say that. Lump that in there because I can't figure out who the hell built this. Sure wasn't any Inca. Okay, again, Inca Wasi and Lima. Okay, same nonsense, Inca house and all that kind of stuff. And here's the construction style. It's there, similar to the style we just saw. Okay, sort of like, pretty good. And again, if you work with small stone, mortar, and then finally stucco, you can make yourself some pretty nice stuff. But it's not the same stuff as that megalithic stone cut block work. That's obviously ancient and belongs to some other culture. Inca Wasi Lucanus. Again, it's a mountain in the Andes of Peru. Hey, you know what? I'll think up a name for this mountain over here. I'm going to call it Inca Wasi. Yeah, but isn't that what you called the other mountain the other day? Yeah, but, I kind of like that name. Just sticks with me. Inca Wasi River. So you got an Inca Wasi River. I'm sure there's a lot of those Inca Wasi things around, flowing down by the river over there. Have a margarita and a smile. Inca Wasi district in Cusco. Okay, so they had to have one over there too to add to the confusion. Can you tell me where Inca Wasi is? Which one you're talking about? Is there more than one? Plenty. Oh, this is pretty cool right here. And just look at this picture for a second here. This is called Inca Wasi. Doesn't seem to be any Inca stuff there. Some small stuff, I think. Not what we would think is an Inca house, but there's a couple of bars and restaurants over there. But this is like in the middle of a caldera, which is kind of cool. I think it's a cool tourist destination there. Pretty freaking cool. And it's got all these saguaro cactuses all over it. It looks pretty neat. And to me, I'm, being in the sort of research that I'm in with the stone walls of New York and New England, and I'm looking at effigies just like all of the time. Shit, if this does not look like a effigy to me, with the head right here and the bones of it maybe and the body and everything. Sure looks like an effigy to me, but the scientists will say you're seeing things. Oh yeah, buddy. Well, I don't know, but they got like a bar and a restaurant over here, I think. Get a close-in shot on that. Yeah, like a couple of bars and restaurants over there. Real tourist trap, but very interesting. And I think there is a little bit of Inca work here somewhere, but I don't know. The whole thing looks like a big old effigy to me. And it looks like there may be some Inca work there. It looks like some stonework may be there. It's kind of hard to tell with this. But it's supposed to be inside of this volcano, this caldera or whatever. So, I don't know. I just thought they call this Isla Inca Wasi. It's a hilly and rocky outcrop of land and former island in Bolivia, situated in the middle of Salar de Uyuni, the world's largest salt flat. I didn't even know that. At an elevation of 3,656 meters, 11,995 feet. When the ocean poured over the mountaintop and deposited salt water there for a long, 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 long time. Remember that part? Oh, we don't know. We're scientists. It is located at the Potosi Department, Daniel Campos Province, Tahua Municipality, Yanza Canton. Boy, that's a mouthful. Isla Inca Wasi is the Spanish name where Isla means island, Inca stands for Inca, and Wasi is derived from the Quechua word Wasi meaning house. Here a Wasi, there a Wasi, everywhere a Wasi Wasi. Old Mac Inca had a farm. E-I. Okay. Okay, so it's Inca Wasi has a total area of 24.62 hectares, 61 acres. That's pretty big. And hosts gigantic cacti. Oh, no, don't use that word, gigantic cacti, or giant, or anything like that, because people hate it. And a tourist center. There are unusual and fragile coral-like structures in deposits that often consist of fossils and algae. The place is the top of the remains of an ancient volcano, which was submerged when the area was part of a giant prehistoric lake roughly 40,000 years ago. And next I'll show you the pictures that they took from 40,000 years ago. Oh, there's no pictures from 40,000 years ago? Oh, okay. I guess you know. 40,000 years ago. So here's Inca Wasi Ancient Lake. Was a paleo lake in the Andes. It was named by a research team in 2006. Oh, weren't they so original when they named that in 2006? How original that is. It existed about 46,000 years ago in the Salar de Uyuni Basin. Water levels during this episode rose by about 10 meters, 33 feet. Overall, this lake cycle was short and not deep, with water levels reaching a height of 3,670 meters, 12,000 feet. The lake would have had a surface of 21,000 square kilometers. Most water was contributed to it by the Unicoapasa drainage basin, with only minimal contributions from Lake Titicaca. Changes in the South America monsoon may have triggered its formation. May have. Maybe. Radiocarbon dates on tufa, which formed in the lake Inca Wasi, were dated at 45,760 plus or minus 440 years ago. Uranium thorium dating has yielded ages between 45,760 and 47,160. So say they're using these different dating methods to do these things because they don't trust radiocarbon dating. So, it's their opinion about it. They need some much finer ones to nail it down further. But who knows if these things are even right? They could be off by so much they don't know. We don't know. It's impossible to know. Overall, the lake existed between 46 and 47,000 years ago. Okay, you say. But whatever, by whoever's baloney timeline. The Inca Wasi cycle coincides with the marine isotope stage 3, the formation of a deep lake in the Laguna Pozuelos Basin, and the expansion of glaciers in several parts of South America, including the Puna. This lake cycle took part during a glacial epoch, along with the Sage Lake cycles. A more humid climate in northeastern Argentina and elsewhere in subtropical South America has been linked to the Inca Wasi phase. However, rainfall might not have increased by much on the Altiplano during the Inca Wasi cycle. Other paleo lakes are Copaisa, Oiki, Minchin, Sachi, Salinas, and Torca. Research made in 2006 attributed to the Lake Minchin to this lake phase. Okay, so whatever kind of baloney science they got going on there, maybe they got a little bit of a clue. But trust me, again, when you see all this research, it's probably this, it may be that, and it could be, and it's possible, and, this is how all this research goes, because it's 90-something% theoretical, all of it, based on, what they say is, based on inferred applied science. Okay, so In any case, guys, as I said, I just wanted to follow up on that video on Tombo Make because I had gotten into the Inca Wasi thing a little bit. But then I showed you this, and this site over here, in the Huancavelica region over here with this super, super fine precision stonework. All right. And even at the main site, I mean, they don't show it in Wikipedia for a reason. Okay? They're not showing this. Okay? I bet you have a hard time finding a contractor today who could do that by hand. Okay? Find me a guy today. Just give him the tools that the Inca had and say, hey, buddy, can you make some stuff up like this right here for me? Who are you going to find to do that? They're going to say, yeah, I can do this. No problem. This? Nope. Not with the tools you're giving me. So anyway, guys, again, Inca Wasis, if you're interested in it, and I'm sure there's more, but just because, Wikipedia gives this list here or whatever, there could be a lot more. And, we don't know about it because it hasn't been added here, or I'm sure there's tons more. So, in any case, but it's nothing like the construction there at Huancavelica, and there's very little to be said. And you can see, every major Inca site, they could just endless, articles and research and all this kind of stuff. These couple of sites, it's like zip, nothing. And there's obviously a reason. You can't explain this. I'm sorry, you just can't explain this away. Right? Can't explain that. Can't explain this. Just can't. Right? The Inca did not have tools to do this kind of work. You dig? Probably didn't do it. Somebody else did. Who were they? They were more advanced. So again, this is a very difficult concept for some people to get in their head, okay? That the further back you go in time, the more advanced. See, that you've been trained, and not my subscribers, but other people have been brainwashed